All right, welcome. um, we had a ridiculously long but very enjoyable stream last time where our Colorado Rockies won the World Series right there. Recent history, 2024, won World Series. So now we get to the offseason, and won't be a whole lot of gameplay in here. We'll just be getting this team ready for next year. Our hitting coach retired, so we have to replace him. I've already put in 2 offers for these 2 hitting coaches. See which one we get. What else? Exclusive free agents. We have these 4 guys. We're not going to qualify any of them. We're not even going to offer any of them. We'll let them all go to free agency. Diaz is regressing against lefties. His defense kind of sucks anyway. Profar is regressing across the board. Candelario is doing okay, but I want to see what else is out there. Danny Duffy is definitely regressing. We didn't use him the entire playoffs or World Series. And we've got at least 3 young players in their 20s. Actually, one of them is 19. They're at least as high or higher than him in their overall. And we'll save some money there. So you can see we have projected surplus of $96 million. Our available budget is $101.86. That is beyond what we've already spent. So if we go in here on budgets, we've already spent $141 million on salaries. You can see right here. Seager, Nola, Renfro, McMahon, Molly, Crone. Those are the only guys that are $7 million or higher. And Crone and Bader have 1 year left on their deals. Lopez has, we just re-signed Lopez to a 2-year extension. Bednar, we traded for him at the deadline, signed him to a 3-year extension. Rogers and Luzardo are playing for contracts. We've got a couple of bullpen guys that have a couple of years left. Kinley's 34. We'll probably try and trade him away. Lawrence, we extended him, so he's good for a couple. Daz has got 1 more year plus arbitration. This is a minor leaguer. He's getting paid so much because he's on the 40-man roster. Nolan Jones, got him for 2 years. Although we may do something at third base, we'll see. Veen was making $70,000 last year. We promoted him to the majors, and he starts making $700,000. So we got him on a 2-year deal with 1 more year of renewable. If he's doing really well in these 2 seasons, we're going to sign him through his arbitration years. We'll give him a contract. Goodman's playing. He's going to be in the mix. We have like 4 catchers that are all right around the same overall. So we're going to try to see which one or 2 can make the team as a starter and a backup or split time. Parks, we need to extend him because the dude is crushing it. He's already in 81, and we got 2 arbitration years and free agent years, so we're probably going to sign him to a long-term deal. This guy was a draft pick. He was a draft pick. He was a draft pick. This 50, it was the last round we picked. And this guy, we just shit the bed on our first pick. Is absolutely embarrassing. Anyway. So we got a bunch of renewable contracts. These guys are older. I don't know if we'll keep these around for a year. We'll get rid of them, bring in some younger guys. They're in AA right now. This guy, he's doing well, but he's 26. He's not a long-term prospect. We got Rodriguez in the Bednar deal. So we got a bunch of renewables that we need to sign. They're not very high overalls. It won't cost us any money. Do have some decent prospects down here, but nothing outstanding. So we've got to renew pretty much our entire minor leagues. Then we got some free agents down here. Matzik is due arbitration. That's fine. We can keep him around as another lefty in the pen. So anyway, we've got a ton of guys to renew. So that's going to eat into the $101 million. But we should still have roughly $50 million or more to spend if we want. So one thing I did notice, I went to the trade block. That's all of our guys that are going to be free agents. Look at this. I'm not interested in Castellanos or Walker, but this guy right here, Matt Chapman, hit 38 bombs, hit 296 with 127 RBIs with the Cardinals last year. He's got a 6-year contract, so he's got 5 years left, and he won't even make $20 million in the last year of his deal. He's an A, he's a 92 overall. He's producing at a high level, and he's barely regressing. He's great defensively, great durability. His clutch is a little low, but he's got great contact and power against lefties and righties, so he can be the full-time third baseman. They're looking for a starting pitcher, a reliever, a left, and a right. And if we look at what they want Crone, Bader, and Rogers. We're not trading those 3 guys at all. Crone is interesting because, he helped us win a World Series. He's regressing. You can see he's gone down against lefties and righties, power against righties, contacting both against lefties. His discipline and contact against righties have gone up, but everything else is regressing. He's 35 years old. He's not going to get any better. He's kind of stuck in this same range for power, and his average is right around 260, 265, somewhere 270, somewhere in that range. And he's in the last year of a deal, so we would need a first baseman if we make that deal. We can always move McMahon to first, and Jones becomes expendable if we got Chapman. So I was thinking, Subspecta, we would need to go get a first baseman for sure. But if we offer this, they want more. Now, they don't really need Nolan Jones, right? Goldschmidt's a free agent. I still have Arenado and Rendon. Got some older pitchers. What do they got? Graceffo, Hentz, Libertor. We've got a good guy there. All right. Well, I'm sure we could put together a package to get him. And he's already signed, so we could trade for him at any point. So let's go see what the other free agents look like first. And we're not going to qualify any of those guys, so we can sim all the way through that date right there. And you can see we got hosed in that game because our starting pitcher got hurt late. 2 wins in a row, 2 losses in a row, and then we won 2 in New York. So that's how we got to the World Series. So didn't get one of the... All right, so Micah Clausen is our hitting coach. That's why I put 2 bids in. So we got our hitting coach. All of our coaches are good to go. Houston re-signed Altuve. Philly re-signed Zach Wheeler. We are not re-signing any of these guys. If we bring any of them back, it'd be Candelario, and we would do that through regular free agency. So, all right, sim through the date. Now let's go look. There are the free agents: Juan Soto, Tyler O'Neill, Willie Adames, Corbin Burns, Brandon Woodruff, Stroman, Rhys Hoskins, Pete Alonso. Now I know the Mets have enough money to re-sign Alonso because they just lost Verlander and Scherzer. They both retired. Scherzer and Miguel Cabrera got voted into the Hall of Fame. Verlander didn't. I was shocked. They couldn't believe Verlander wasn't. So I'm kind of surprised that Alonso became a free agent. They didn't bring him back. Let's see. Who else out there? Christian Arroyo I'd be interested in as a guy to replace Profar. Depends on how much he wants. Soto's a free agent. Kershaw's a free agent. What's up, Rocky Top? We just got through the exclusive signing period, and now we're looking at all the guys that are free agents. So, yeah, we can look right here. It says Arroyo we want maybe as a utility, but Juan Soto's a free agent. Kershaw. Christian Walker. He's 33, 34. But if we trade for Chapman, he wouldn't be too bad of a guy for 1 or 2 years. Paul Goldschmidt's a free agent. Tyler O'Neill's a free agent. Who else? Tellez and Adames. Corbin Burns and Brandon Woodruff. What's up, Notorious? Nice. Yeah, we're not going to play any games today, Notorious. We're just doing off-season junk. So Burns and Woodruff are both free agents. We don't need another pitcher, so I'm not spending money. Imagine having Burns and Nola. Oh, man. Let's see. Anything in here? Rhys Hoskins is a free agent. Bregman's a free agent. Grichuk, Pete Alonso. We mentioned Alonso previously. I'm shocked they didn't re-sign him. Max Fried. Suarez, Scope. Giovanni Gallegos, wouldn't mind getting him for the bullpen. Ryan Presley, we don't need him though. Max Kepler. Loizaga. Darno, wouldn't be bad to have him as a veteran catcher. Shane Bieber is a free agent. Look at all the money that's going to be spent on starting pitching. Liam Hendricks. Francisco Mejia. Tyler Glasnow. There's a lot of pitching out there. Gleyber Torres. Too bad we don't need second base. Verdugo. Kenley Jansen. Damn, the Red Sox got hammered with free agency. Chris Sale. Anthony Santander. I know, there's a lot of them. Let's see, who got re-signed? Altuve re-signed. Yankees acquired Castellanos. I'm sorry, the Mets got Castellanos from the Yankees. Zach Wheeler extended. All right. We got 4 open spots because of the 4 guys that left as free agents. Looking at guys on that list that we could possibly put on the 40-man, there's not any of them that I want to put on the 40-man. So if we... it's possible we add 1 catcher, but he doesn't have to right now at this point. If somebody wants Josh Rogers, I can have him. Arbitration. Servin's he's gonna be in the minors, so I don't give a shit about him. Matzik. What does he want? Yeah, he's 34 years old. I give him a 1-year deal at 1.7. And Servin. Yeah, 1.2. Yeah, not interested. Yeah, we may let Servin go. He might walk. We got plenty of catchers. I don't give a shit. Hey, Jimmy Tubalance just completed the National League East Season 1 program. I'm on season 2 right now, working on the Central. All right, so tender contracts. This is where we need to go in and offer these guys deals. All right. Josiah Gray's contract is renewable. He is going to be competing with these two guys. These three right here are going to be competing for the last rotation spot. Kind of leaning towards Josiah Gray because he's older. Let these guys cook a little more in the minors, but we'll see. Let's see. Let's give him a 1-year deal. It's renewable, so he wants 760. Here's how to deal with renewables. See the interest bar over there? Just tick it until it turns green. That's all I got to do. I don't have to offer him 760. We're going to offer him 490, and if he takes it, great. If he doesn't, then we'll sign him at the end of the off season when it's renewable, and we'll get him for 80% less. Same thing with Gilbreth. Yeah, you're 1 year. Rollison. Feltner. We're going to get these renewables out of the way. Some of these guys we're gonna get stupid cheap because they're not on a 40-man roster. They're still minor leaguers. I wouldn't mind paying him for 2 years. What does he want? 700 for 2. Yeah, I'll do that. JJ, we're only gonna go 1 year. We got him off waivers during the season. Lambert, this guy's nothing special. It's just going to be a lot of money, house cleaning talk in this chat, so there's not going to be any gameplay. We've got to get all of this team building. We might have some spring training gameplay. Like I might do some player lock with the pitchers that we're trying to decide on for that 5th spot. But we don't need to player lock in any of the hitters. Our roster is pretty set. We have to decide what we're going to do at third base and first base, and our utility player, backup middle infielder, and 5th starter. And I want to possibly add some extra talent to our relief core. All right. So the renewable contracts we've offered everybody, so we won't lose those guys to free agency. All right, Cordova. We can pay him $80,000. If he makes the team out of training camp, then we got to put him on the 40-man roster, and he'll make a lot more than that. But right now, we don't have to pay this guy. Castro, don't have to pay him either. All these guys, they're all going to re-sign for that low-ass amount. Just offer them whatever it says right here. Until they're on the 40-man roster, they're not going to make shit. You don't need to offer them shit until you put them on the 40-man roster. Now this guy, I don't care if I lose this guy. Let's offer him 7 and call it a day. This guy will be competing for a roster spot. But like I said, you don't have to pay him until they actually get on the 40-man. This guy, he's a 23 and he's a B, and he's already up there with the other 3 catchers. So I'm probably going to keep him in the minors this year. Maybe even AA just to let him crush. But he'll be in the mix next year for sure. Or if we get injuries or if the 2 guys we have are sucking, I might just bring him up. So. Rogers, I might sign Rogers just to trade his ass. Can't trade him until he signs a contract. So some of these guys in the minors, we can't sign. This guy's 24 years old. He's a starting pitcher. $710. He's 24. Yeah. So we overpay for one guy here or there. These guys are just organizational depth. Yeah. I have a list of these guys that I'm interested in dealing away. Some of these older guys that are making, you know, 600,000-700,000 in the minors. It's because they're on the 40-man roster. Usually, typically. All right, that's taken care of. Let's go look. Third base. Devers. Mayhew. I looked at Paredes before, but he has terrible contact against righties, and his clutch is even worse. So Mead's better against lefties, but he's A potential. He's 24. It'll cost us way too much. Man, Blue Jays have nothing at third base. Berger's 28. Moncada's 29. This guy's actually a shortstop now. I looked at Brooks Lee. He's got good contact, good power against lefties. I mean, he would be a guy that if we got him, he would platoon with Nolan Jones at third base. He's not signed, so we can't trade for him. And Miranda's the same way, but his fielding is terrible. See over on the far right where it says salary? And there's just a dashed line. And on the next column over, it says contract. And it says none. That means they're not signed, so we can't trade any of those guys. I can't believe the Astros have Gunnar Henderson. Look, they have this guy who was a draft choice. Guy crushes lefties, but he's terrible at fielding. Plus, they have Brett Beatty. Alidea Cruz is up to a 75. Nice. So they have Chapman available for trade. Let's see if that's changed. Rogers, Bader, and Crone. I don't want to do that. Not opposed to making that deal. Now, this is weird. This guy came up as a third. He was drafted as a third baseman. They've got Gavin Lux and O'Neill Cruz. And then they had him at short. So I moved him to third base. One of his positions was third base. So I'm like, you're going to go play third and even out this. What's up, Revamp? How you doing, man? We're going through guys we could possibly trade for right now. We just offered a bunch of contracts to everybody on the team. And waiting to see how much money we have left. Dude, you should see all the starting pitching that are free agents. Fucking Bieber and Burns and Woodruff, Kershaw. There's a ton of starting pitchers available, but we don't need one. We need to fix third base, first base, backup, middle infield, and outfield, and catching, maybe some bullpen. And I got like $100 million to spend. Got Machado there. Look at this Machado contract. Look at this. $31 million forever. He's 32, 33, 34. He's 32, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He'll be 41 when that contract is up. He'll probably be in his 60s. All right, so if we want to trade for a third baseman, we're going to have to trade with either trade with the Twins when they signed Brooks Lee, or trade with the Cardinals and get Chapman. I can tell you right now, if we traded Crone and Jones, and then one of these other relief pitchers. Let's use one of these guys for an example. It says, look, we're definitely interested in making this deal. So we don't have to offer Machado. We can offer him any of these. Olivares, Luke Allen, Rollison, Rock. I mean, we can trade some of these other guys, but they have to sign contracts first. But you can see we can make this deal, and that would get us Matt Chapman. Here's Chapman. Look, he's great hitting. He's going to crush with the Rockies. And his contract is not huge. But that would mean we'd have to go get a first baseman. Here's the starting pitchers available. Burns, Bieber, Fried, Woodruff, Stroman, Glasnow, Kershaw, Sale. Gallegos I'm interested in for sure. Loaizaga, I would be interested in him. Sims' problem is walks. This guy's not too bad. His velocity sucks. Yimi Garcia, how old is he? 34. Don't need a closer. Took care of that. I'm kind of interested in Danny Jansen. Look, he's going up. He's not going down. He's not regressing. He's got good defense, decent speed. He's got great power against lefties and righties. He just doesn't have huge contact numbers against lefties. So we'll just play somebody else against lefties. But he'll see most of the time against righties. And you can see he's got pop, but he just doesn't play every day. So Danny Jansen is a possibility. I'm writing down names. Zanino can't hit righties at all. Darno's regressing across the board. If I signed him, it'd be a one-year deal. Mejia is 29. His contact is He's got good contact against lefties. His defense isn't great. Carson Kelly's okay. He's not any better than what we got. I'd rather go with what we got. It'd be cheaper. Garver sucks defensively. Can see Diaz, who we had last year, regressing against lefties for sure. So, yeah, Danny Jansen's definitely on the list. First base, Pete Alonso. The Mets offered him 9 years, $115 million. Look at his speed. His speed is 24, and his defense is horrible. So he would eventually be a DH. We'd have to play Parks in the outfield. We got Parks and Veen and Bader and Renfroe, so that doesn't really help us. So if we got him, we'd have to suck on defense at first base. Rhys Hoskins isn't much better. Goldschmidt's regressing badly. Can still hit. Christian Walker's regressing mostly, somewhat. Still has good hit numbers. I would take him for a year. Drury's okay. Telez can't hit lefties. Rizzo's regressing. Voigt's somewhat regressing. Josh Bell's interesting. So if we traded away Crone, I mean, if I could try and make the deal and keep Crone for another year and see what's available, but defense. What is Crone's defense? Yeah, see, he's a 72. His speed is 18. His speed is terrible. He's regressing slightly. We only have him for one more year. And we have $100 million to spend. All the money that we just offered for all those guys that were free agents in our organization that we're trying to bring back, $17.5 million. So we still have about $80 million we could spend. So Walker wouldn't be bad for even 2 years. Look, Glaber's regressing against lefties. All right, Arroyo's going up. He's 29. He can play first, second, third, short, and right field. 15 home runs last year. Hit 280. What do you look? What he wants? $5.5 million. He's 29. I did a 3-year contract. 5.3, and he's not even a full-time player. He wants more if we make him depth. So that kind of eliminates him. Scope can play all 4 infield positions. He has great defense. He wants $5 million a year. Merrifield, first, second, third, just can't play short. We need somebody that can back up short. Bregman's a free agent, but he's regressing, surprisingly. Suarez regressing. Peterson can play first, second, third, short, left, and right. Good defense. He's 34. No power. He went 6.8. Good God. Not after them. Aledmus Diaz. What do you want? All right, 3.7 to be a backup. You can play second, short, third, left, and right. Decent hitting, great defense, great in the clutch, tolerable speed. That's not bad. All right, let's offer him. Rojas is regressing. There's a left-handed bat. There you go. Juan Soto's a free agent. If we signed him, we'd have to give up a first-round pick. I am really not interested in any of these outfielders. Pardon me, big yawn. All right. What does he want as a backup? 4.3. And he doesn't even like that. He can't play first. Duvall could play first, but he's regressing. Will Myers does better against lefties. Dropped 9 points in his power against lefties, though. Yeah, don't need any of these. We're not going to sign a single starting pitcher, except maybe one of these guys further down. If we can find a younger one, but I don't think I see any young guys. These are all old. We have to wait until they get through where they don't offer arbitration. Gallegos, on the other hand, I would be interested in him. 2 years. Really good hits, strikeouts, walks, home runs. He's got a great slider. One year at 3.7. Not 3.9. There we go. All right. Loizaga. He's 30. We are going to need a closer for AA, but we can find that later. And Danny Jansen. Let me see. There you go. 3 years. Oh, it's $11 million. Yeah, you're not a star. You're an everyday player. Sorry, dude. That's a lot of money for someone that has power but not much contact. I think I'm leaning towards going with our young players. We have 4 of them to choose from. What does Christian Walker want? Just want a 1-year deal. So he's about half. About half, a little more than half, what CJ Cron is. Better defense, better speed. Contact against righties is low, but his power is better against both. Fielding's better. He could play left field as well. Not that I would play him there. Yeah, he would be like a 1-year deal. I've already got Cron signed, but this is cheaper than Cron. That would allow me to trade Cron off to the Cardinals to get Chapman. Let's make the offer. You can play first, third, left, center, left, right. First, second, third, left, right. If we don't trade for Chapman, we can play him and platoon him at third with Nolan Jones. If we got Walker, we could just trade off Cron, whether we got Chapman or not. I'd love to have Arroyo, but I'm not paying him. I'm not paying him $5 million to be a backup. He wants more than that. He wants $6 million to sit on the bench. Look at that. 5.7. We did offer Lemus Diaz. That would give us a backup. Good defense. And that would be a backup at second, third, short, left, and right. He would take over Profar's spot. All right. So we've offered Walker, Gallegos, Diaz, Loizaga. If we get Walker to sign, we can trade for Chapman. Minter signs with the Astros. All right. So we re-signed 2 relievers and a center fielder. And another reliever, a right fielder, a shortstop. Look at all these guys that we signed to 1-year deals. Those are the guys I was telling you, you don't have to offer them a ton. Josiah took $490 instead. All those guys re-signed. All those guys that we were trying to re-sign. So now we go to tender contracts. We just have a shorter list here. So let's go to the Cardinals. Amador and Romo. I'm not trading you. I'm a young catcher. Not opposed to Amador. So let's go look at this. Give you Crone. Seager's going to be up there forever. So Amador, he's a B. He plays second, short, and third. I mean, I'm not opposed to bringing him up and using this guy as a backup role either. What do we have starting pitching wise? They want starting pitching. Who signed? Feltner? CJ Cron, Ryan Feltner, and Nolan Jones for Matt Chapman. That's right around, very close to the same money-wise. They get a first baseman, they get a third baseman that can also play first base and outfield. What's their starting pitchers look like? See, he'll take it for any of these pitchers. We don't trade Jones. What the hell do we do with him? He's under team control for 5 more years. But he's 26 years old. Last year was his best year. But compared to Chapman, it's not even close. All right, so we're going to wait. We're going to wait and see. We're going to wait another day. Loizaga signed elsewhere. That's okay. Gallegos, Walker. We signed. Did we sign anybody? Nope. Still have offers out for these guys. Number 1 on all 3. Red Sox are after Juan Soto. Giants are after Burns. Cleveland wants to bring back Bieber. Mets are the only one offering Alonso. No offers on Brandon Woodruff. And he's got a qualifying offer, so. Bunch of guys going after Danny Jansen. No offers on Goldschmidt. Wish I needed a DH. Chapman's still there. Astros got Brandon Lau for Lance McCullers and Corey Lee. Wow. Wow. So I guess Tampa needed that catcher. LA re-signed O'Neal Cruz. They traded for him. All right, we got ND Rodriguez. We signed Aledmus Diaz. All right, so Aledmus Diaz, 1 year, 3.7. He's going to replace Profar. So there is our backup infielder. So Diaz works. Sorry. You can see people coming in and they're expecting to see gameplay. There's going to be no gameplay today. This is all administrative shit. We're just doing off-season stuff. The only gameplay you might possibly see as we get to the spring training, I might player lock with our top 2 pitching prospects. But this is all about signing free agents and trading guys. So it's going to be boring unless you're into that shit. All right, this list is getting smaller. Chapman's still there. Christian Walker. Gallegos. Gallegos signed with somebody else. Corbin Burns signs with Seattle. Wow. Cardinals re-signed Giovanni. Braves trade Taijuan Walker. They traded Vaughn Grissom to the Rays for Taijuan Walker. That makes no sense. How many guys do we have left on tenders? Just a handful. Okay. Doesn't look like we're going to upgrade our bullpen this year, so we're just going to live with what we got. That's fine. Dominguez would be nice, but I don't need a closer. Treinen would be bad, not as a closer, but as a bullpen dude. Let's check him out. He's depth. He's not a closer. He's bullpen. $2.8 for 1 year. Great velocity and break, control, pitching clutch, home runs per 9. His Ks per 9 are down. Yeah, looks like we're okay. All right. Come on, Christian. Need a sign so we can trade. Getting all our minor leaguers signed. Freddie Peralta goes from the Brewers to the Cubs for Ian Happ and Pete Crow Armstrong. Specta, you would be pissed if they made that deal. Walker Buehler go back to the Dodgers. Let's see. Transactions completed. Yeah, we're getting close to having all of our free agents. Yeah, we're almost done with having everybody signed. Soto, possibly to the Red Sox. Bieber to Arizona. Now the Giants come in and trying to get Alonso. No offers on Woodruff. Wow. What does he want? 15 million. No offers on Goldschmidt. He wants 7.8. That's it. He's 37 years old. Imagine him as a bat off the bench. Nobody wants Bregman? Really? How much does he want? $8 million. All right, we got to set our 40-man roster. Yeah, I don't need him though. I have Veen, I have Parks, I have Renfro, I have Bader. We have nowhere for him to go. We don't need an outfield at all. There's nowhere they can play. If I was going to get an outfielder, I'd get Santander. But we don't need an outfielder. Yeah, it's his vision, his discipline, and all that good stuff. But we have nowhere for him to go. I'm not going to sit Veen. All right, 3 guys on the 40-man. Mears, I don't care. He's 28 to 58. Rogers, I don't care. Seabold, I don't care. See, the 40-man, you don't need to put anybody on the 40-man. Like these 2 guys right here, even if I want to put them in the major leagues, I don't need to put them on the 40-man. They're too young to be taken in the Rule 5 draft. Rule 5 draft. Rule 5, keep players off the 40-man until they get to age 24. Unless they're going to play in the majors, they don't need to be on the 40-man until they get to be 24 years old. Because if they were drafted when they're 18, then it's 6 years. If they were 19, then it's 5 years. So they don't need to be on there until they're 24 years old. And this guy is not on the 40-man, but he's not eligible for the Rule 5 draft pick yet, right? He just got drafted. So I don't need to put any of those guys. We don't have anybody in the bullpen side worth a shit. He doesn't need to go on the 40-man yet. Catchers, He's too young. He's already on the 40-man. He's too young. He's already on the 40-man. Servin's going to be a free agent. Ecker was not on the 40-man. The rest of these guys I don't give a shit about. Rogers, McMahon, they're fine. This guy's too young. These two guys are too young. Fine there. These guys are too young. He's already on there. Bliss is too young. Malloy's already on there. He's too young. Too young. Too young. Bean's already on there. Too young, too young. So we don't need to put those guys. So I'm in a position where I don't need to add anybody else to my 40-man. So we're just going to go. Because I don't need to put those two young pitching guys, Cordova and Castro. We don't need to put them on the 40-man until after the Rule 5 draft. We can wait until we go to spring training and then put them on the 40-man and bring them up. One reason why I'm leaning towards going with Josiah Gray in that number 5 spot instead is I can keep them down at their cheap-ass contract for another season, whole other season. Don't have to put on a 40-man. Don't have to start paying them any kind of money. They can dominate down in AAA. And if we get an injury or Gray sucks or whatever, then we can deal with putting him on the 40-man roster at that point during the season. So while they're probably ready to come up and pitch in the majors right now, that first-round pick, Cordova, he's only 19 years old. He could do better in his Ks per 9, his walks per 9, his home runs per 9. So we can leave him in the minors, train him on his per 9s all year. Maybe even velocity. And I'll just put him in AA and let him just dominate the shit out of AA because we could always bring him straight up to the majors out of AA. And Castro is going to be, even if we played him in the minors one more year, he'd be 22 and then come up to the majors and he'd be close to an 80. These three guys are signed for more than 1 year. Luzardo's on the last year of his 2-year deal we gave him, so he's on a play-it contract. And Gray, we just signed Gray. He's making only $490K. His problem is his home runs per 9. But if he sucks, we get him out early. We could bring up Crocker's not on the 40-man yet. No. Rock? No. Rollison is, and Feltner is. These two guys are on there. So we can always bring up somebody else if we wanted to leave these guys down for another year. But we're going to be in really good. These guys are going to dominate once they come up. So. And I made one change last year. I moved. Is it this guy? Yeah. This guy is 63 stamina. His pitching clutch sucks, but he's got great velocity and break. Home runs per 9, Ks per 9. I moved him to the bullpen because he's a D potential dude, and he only has 60 stamina, so we're just going to make this guy a relief pitcher, a long reliever. So. And this guy's not bad, 22 years old. He'll get better. Look, he went up 7 on his Ks per 9 already last year. So, I think we're good there. Let's go back to free agency. Still offering him 5.7. We're offering Christian Walker so that we could trade CJ Crone and Nolan Jones and a prospect for Matt Chapman. Because Cardinals have him on the trade block. 53 and 66. What is Crone? He's 76 and 60. So Crone's not bad. I don't have a problem not trading him. I mean, he's going to be a free agent at the end of the year. We got to get a first baseman at some point anyway. His speed's horrible. What if we don't trade Crone? What do they want for Chapman besides? Rogers, Cronin, Sweat. Yeah, fuck off. We don't need him if we trade for Chapman. And he's 26. And they want the shortstop, so we'll offer the shortstop. So if we offer them Nolan Jones and two of our best prospects, this 22-year-old B potential starting pitcher, who's in the top prospects, we can get Matt Chapman. So we give Nolan Jones two good young players. See, down the road, we could have Cordova, Gray, and Crocker in our rotation. Amador is blocked by Seager. Although he could play, he's a switch hitter, he could play the backup role. He'll take JJ Bleday. I think that's ripping him off. What do you guys think? Ecker could play first for us next year. He's a left-handed batter, though. So we're giving him a 26-year-old B72. A 22-year-old B70. And then this young shortstop. They would do it for that, and we wouldn't have to trade Crone. But we're trading away two prospects and Nolan Jones for 5 years of Matt Chapman, under 20 mil. What's up, Revamp? How you doing, man? Welcome, welcome. Trying to decide what we should trade to get Matt Chapman. I think we're going to make this deal for Chapman to play third base. So I give him this 21-year-old B potential 69. 26-year-old B 72. And this 22-year-old B 70 starting pitcher. Hey, they're the ones that have Chapman on the trading block, not us. Look who they have buried. Rendon's making $37 million sitting on our bench. But they only have 2 more years of him. But they'll get Nolan Jones, who could play first, third, left field. Let's see, first, third, left, center, right. He can play all 3 outfield spots. And you're like, well, why don't you keep Nolan Jones and play him at first base? Because I can play McMahon at first base, and he's great defensively. He just can't hit lefties for shit. So we just go get our right-handed first baseman that can hit lefties. That's what I'm thinking for next year. I mean, we're already paying this guy $13-14 million for the next 2 years after this. He can be our starting first baseman. All right, I'm willing to do that deal. We give up Nolan Jones. We give him a good young pitching prospect and a really good shortstop prospect. Because look, they traded away fucking Mason Wynn, so they need Amador to be their shortstop down the road. They've already got Nolan Gorman. I mean, I could trade for Nolan Gorman. Put him at first base. They don't have a first baseman right now. We could help them by moving Nolan Jones to first base. We could just straight make Nolan Jones a first baseman. Or they can just play him there. They have Jordan Walker wasting away in the minors. He's what is he again? 22 and a 70. So he's the same as Tink Hintz. He's one of our best pitching prospects. So there's Graceffo, Liberatore, Hintz. I must have drafted this dude or traded for him. And I know they traded for him, but they got some older pitchers. Look at this dude. What do you guys think? Is that a fair trade? Should I give him more? I mean, I'm giving him 2 young prospects plus Nolan Jones for a 31-year-old Matt Chapman. I'm taking $11 million. We're going from what we're offering them is only $900,000. It's less than $1 million in salary. So we're taking on $10 million in salary. And giving up 2 prospects. Hey, Revamp, we have about $100 million to spend beyond what we've already got. Our budget says we can spend $100 million more. $100 million more. I have no allegiance to any of those guys. And now that we have Seager, Amador becomes expendable unless we want him to be our utility guy. And you can always find utility guys, right? We just signed Aledmus Diaz to take over for Profar as our backup infielder and outfielder. So Chapman comes in. So now you have Parks, Rogers or McMahon, depending on lefty righty, then Seager, then probably Chapman, then Renfroe. We still have Crone. So that dropped Crone down to 7. Right? Chapman, 6. He goes down to 6. And then you have Bader, Veen, and the catcher. And that would keep Veen down the order so he doesn't have to be overexposed, and we can push him ahead of Crone at some point. Let's do it. Done. Matt Chapman. Got another 90 overall player. Look at that. There's our left side of our infield. Against right-hand pitching, right? So he goes there. Reason why I don't want Goodman batting 9th is I don't want that slow speed in front of Parks McMahon. I'd rather have Bader on there. So oh, that's a pitcher. Sorry. Oh, my fucking son. So that's against lefties, right? So there. All right, got Matt Chapman. I want that for the thumbnail. And we're going to withdraw the offer because we don't need him now. And we just need to sign these 4 guys. Everybody on the team will be signed. We still have 75 million surplus. We have 80 million budget available. Soto signs 6 years, 200 million with the Red Sox. Bieber 7 years, 186 million with Arizona. Right down to those 3 guys. Offer arbitration. Not offering this guy arbitration. He can pound sand. Did we sign him? Yeah, we signed Matzik, so we avoided arbitration there. And don't care about him, so. All right, so Servin became a free agent. Now we got a bunch of free agent catchers out here. So let's go dumpster diving and see if we can find some guys. Trying that sneeze. Jan Gomes, Austin Barnes. Looking for guys that got dropped because of arbitration. Second, short, third, left, center, right. First, second, third, short. Jake Berger. He's a free agent, really? Wow. Guys, that would be our left-handed first baseman. Batter, he would hit against left-handed pitching as our first baseman next year. Look at that. Power dropped by 12, though. Yeah. $18 years old. He's terrible defensively. Justin Turner is a 56. He's terrible. He's 30. I'm just searching age right now. 18-year-old shortstop. Caballero. He's a Cowboy. Levon Soto. Snyder. Where's that shortstop I found? He can't hit. This guy. I'm looking at him for the minor leagues. So, hold on a second. Let me look at my depth chart. I'm not going to pull it up on the screen. All right, so Amador's gone. He's 24. 61. Better than that one dude. I'll give this guy an offer. Yeah, Verdugo's still out there. Kelnick? Jared Kelnick's out there? There's somebody we can platoon with Veen. Gets lefties. Me switch hitter can play all three outfield, second, short, and third. Decent defense, good speed, crushes lefties. He's 30 years old. Just crushes lefties. What do you want? 30K? Really? Not what it says. Depth. Platoon. All right, Sam Haggerty is a possibility. Where's Profar? Solak. JD can't play defense. We need somebody that can hit lefties and still play defense. Haggerty looks pretty good. Pollock, his defense is kind of eh. Haggerty's defense is better. Austin Slater. First, second, all 3 outfield spots. Got a great arm. What does he want? He wants $4 million. Shit, I'd be better off with Haggerty. Bring Grichuk back. Thing with having Grichuk back, that would help us if Bader got hurt again, though. What does he want? He wants like 4 mil. All right, so Haggerty still looks better. Looking for those left-handed guys. McCutcheon. Yeah, Haggerty. Where is he? We'll throw that offer out there. See if there's any other guys down here hanging out. Nelson Cruz is down to a 60. Right now I'm just looking for minor league depth. Rollis Chapman's a 58. Rhys Hoskins signs with the Cardinals. So that takes care of their first base position. And Woodruff finally started getting some offers. Goldschmidt's still sitting out there. Jesus. Tell me what. If he's still sitting there at the end, we might go scoop his ass up. Yeah, they've already been offered, so we're good. Stroman signs with the Twins. Pasquantino signs with Cleveland. Alonso signs with the Giants. Wow. Cardinals got Tyler Glasnow, Danny Jansen, and Reese Hoskins all go to the Cardinals. Wow. Santander signs with the Braves. And we signed Sam Haggerty. All right, so Haggerty is going to be our platoon guy with Zach Veen. So when we get against a tough lefty, we can bring in Haggerty to play left field. And looks like we have one. Yeah, we signed everybody. So everybody is signed. So let's go look at our budget. We're at 164 million. We still have 77 million to spend if we want. If we wanted to, we could go out and sign Brandon Woodruff to be our 5th starter. Mike Soroka. DeSclafani. Clay Holmes to pitch in our bullpen. Kershaw to be our number 5. He's got no offers. Wow. Clay Kershaw has no offers. $37 years old. He went 17-9 last year. 304. 24 home runs. I think Coors Field would chew him up. Home body day games. I do not need to go sign somebody at all. I'm trying to restrain myself from going and signing somebody. Imagine Clay Holmes and Bednar at the back of the bullpen. $6.5 million for 1 year. It's 32. Dominguez is 30. It's cheaper. $5 million for Sir Anthony Dominguez. To be a setup guy. Freddie Freeman got traded to the Phillies for Kyle Schwarber, JT Realmuto, and Jose Alvarez. Holy shit. Whoa. 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 What are the Dodgers doing? Realmuto and Will Smith? What? Whoa. Let's go look. They have Realmuto and Will Smith. I guess they're going to play Realmuto at first base. They have no first baseman now. I wanted Gavin Lux, but they re-signed him, and they traded for O'Neal Cruz. I don't know why he's still sitting in AAA. They have Newt Barr and Schwarber. I guess one's going to be a DH. Reynolds, Grisham, and Outman in center. Betts and right. What the fuck? That makes no sense. I'm glad to get Freeman out of the division, though. I'd rather pitch to Kyle Schwarber than Freddie Freeman. Wow. That is crazy. All right. I'm getting Dominguez to be our setup dude and pushing everybody else down. Darno would just give us a catcher that can fucking hit for a year. And let us leave one of the other young catchers in the minors. I could move Romo to Double A, put the other guy in Triple A, let them cook a little longer. This guy's just a depth piece for the organization. To replace a shortstop, I traded away. I mean, we signed Travis d'Arnaud to be our pretty much starting catcher for 1 year. So we'll leave Hunter Goodman up. He'll be the backup. Collier's going to Triple A. Romo's going to Double A. And E. Rodriguez is going to Triple A. We signed Haggerty. We signed d'Arnaud. So the only thing left is Sir Anthony Dominguez and this guy here. All right. Rule 5 draft. Oh, Dominguez went to the Rangers instead. All right, go to the draft. I would take Reyes, but his walks per 9 are shit. Look at Jose Abreu in the Rule 5 draft. Really? Marco Gonzalez? Thing with the Rule 5 is you got to keep him on your Major League roster, not just 40-man. You got to keep him on the Major League roster all year or offer him back. So, yeah, I don't think we're going to go. Bo Phillips goes. All right. Well, we didn't get that guy. Clay Holmes. We can make Clay Holmes our setup guy. He was a setup last year with the Yankees. He wasn't their closer. Give him a 2-year deal. 6.8. What the fuck? We got the money to spend. Let's go. Marcus Semien goes from the Rangers to the Angels for Dylan Floro and Bryce Teodosio. A closer and a 25-year-old center fielder. Oh, I didn't see who that was. The Blue Jays acquired Mitch Haniger, Mason Black, and Eloy Ramos from the Giants for Nico Horner. And they traded George Springer last year to get Horner. Verdugo signed. Shane Bieber signed with Arizona. Pocket to the Mets. Josh Bell to the Rangers. Will Myers to the Rangers. Verdugo signed with the A's. Rizzo to the Astros. Stroman to Minnesota. Montas to Minnesota. Berger to the Royals. Austin Meadows to the Royals. Bregman to the Yankees. Wow. Juan Soto to the Red Sox. Anybody on trade block? Nobody's on trade block. Okay. Clay Holmes is signed with the Padres. Brandon Woodruff to the Indians, Guardians, whatever you want to call them. Goldschmidt's still sitting out there. He's still sitting out there. I don't even know if I have a roster spot for him. Let me look. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and probably 5. Let's just put him at MLB. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Probably Kinley would be 6, 7. That's 12 pitchers. 2 catchers. That's 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. And they have a 26-man roster during the regular season. So we don't have a spot for them. Okay. Just double checking. All right. Do we have any other bids? Soto. Soroka to the A's. All right, let's just sim. There's nobody else I want out here in free agency, so I think we're good. So let's just sim to the arbitration hearings. Willie Adames to the A's. Tyler O'Neill back to Seattle where he started. Kershaw is still a free agent, guys. Goldschmidt and Kershaw are still free agents. Now the Giants went. Can you imagine Kershaw pitching for the Giants? Not a chance. He'd pitch for the Pirates before he pitched for the Giants. Cubs want Goldschmidt. Bard's still out there as a free agent. Archer, remember we had him in the first year. I'm looking all the way at the bottom here. 26-year-old C potential left fielder. 25-year-old C potential right fielder. Ryan Presley still out here. Jeez, he's really regressed. We're almost done. All right, let's just sim to renewable contracts. And everybody's signed with us. So our team is good to go, guys. Kershaw went to the Angels. We signed that shortstop. So, all right, let me check my 40-man roster. 40-man. 26, 37. We got one guy we can add to the 40-man. All right, so he's already on the 40-man. He's on the 40-man. Good there. Kinley's on the 40-man. I think Gilbert is, yes. Pint is also. All right, so we don't need to add anybody there. Sweat we don't need to add yet. So we got Darno and Hunter. Collier. Rodriguez is on the 40-man. Collier is not. So if we have an injury or something, we can always bring up Andy Rodriguez to be our catcher, backup catcher. So if Hunter Goodman sucks, we can bring up Andy. All right. Is he on there? Ecker's not. Okay. Ecker's not. I might put him on the 40-man. Good there. He's not ready for that. Good there. He doesn't need to go on there. Bliss, it's great defense, great speed. His hitting's kind of eh. Malloy's on there already. Daza and Bader are. And so is Doyle. We had him up at some point last year. Renfro and Veen. Don't need to add them. So yeah, I think I'm gonna we're gonna put Ecker on the 40-man. All right, AAA needs to lose a guy. Who do they need to lose? No, you're not going on MLB. You're gonna go to AA. And you're not on the 40-man roster. Why the fuck did it sign him? Biodaros is gonna stay there. AAA, AA. 2 AAAs, 2 AAs. Probably need to put him to AAA. And him back down to AA. There. Tara Levine. All right, left field. AA, AAA. Got too many AAA center fielders. All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are bone AA. 4, 5, 6. So Mears can go to Class A. Calvo can go to AA. And we're good. Actually, we can have one more guy in the majors. But I'm not going to. Because it'll bring up all the 40-man guys for spring training. All right. So. All right, we're off to spring training. So. All those guys are free agents. We can sign contract extensions now if we want to. So Harrison Bader, I'm not going to sign this extension until later. We'll see how he plays. Crone, we're not going to extend. Rogers, let's see what we can do here. If we go 4 years, and he wants 12 mil per. Is he a 12 mil per year player? I don't think he's worth 12 mil. We may just go to arbitration with him. Luzardo, 4.1 for 1 more year. If we go to, look at that jump. It goes from 4.1 to 11.4. Parks his contract and renewal. This is a guy. He wants 3.4 mil per. He's 21. Look at that. He's going to jump from 4.3 to 13.6. All right, so let's look at him. He's getting $750K now. This is what happens in real life. We have 3 years of arbitration, and he'll kill us if he goes to free arbitration. And then free agency kicks in after that. So we can sign him through arbitration. If I could sign him to a 4-year deal, 5-year deal. Let's see what it's going to take for 5 years. Buy up 2 years of free agency. 6.6 per year. How about let's pay him 8 mil. All right. That would knock our payroll up to 136 million next year before anything happens. So basically, we'd be giving him close to CJ Crone's money. All right. $2.6 in arbitration. Huh? Can buy up 2 of his 3 years at 3 mil. All of his arbitration. Oh, that would be beyond Aaron Nola. Almost, and beyond Malley, I believe, too. Chapman will be around. Seager will be around. Renfro will be gone. Crone will be gone. McMahon will be gone. Oh. Make this an even 4. He'll jump from 770K to 4 mil. But we don't have to deal with arbitration. So if he goes nuts like he has been, we don't have to get raped because he's going to be jumping up to 11 million. So $4 million a year through arbitration. And then we'd have to pay him. I think it's worth it. All right, he's signed, so he's taken care of. That's it, Gray. Kinley. Anybody else? No. We don't have Veen on here because we signed him to 2 years at $770K per. Fucking Parks has already done it. He almost hit 30 homers and 50 steals last year. So I don't know that I'm willing to pay Rogers $11 million. I mean, look at his stats. He has yet to hit more than 15 home runs. He has yet to hit more than 284. He has yet to drive in more than 63 runs. Is that worth $11 million? Yeah, we might have to move him at the deadline. Because we still have McMahon we can play at second base. He's signed. We just have to get a right-handed batting second baseman to platoon with him. So, yeah, we might have to think about that. He's already 28. Let's look at our top prospects. Here's Castro. He's dropped from 8 to 16 just because other people have moved up. Sweat, whatever you want to call his name. He's a closer in AA, AAA now. Cordova's dropped all the way down to 47. There's just extra guys that come in here and they kind of blow it up. Where's this one dude? I wonder if the Brewers would take Rogers for Chiriot. Yeah. All right, against righties. Parks, McMahon, Seager, Chapman, Renfro, Crone, Zach Veen, Darno, Bader. Pretty solid team. Power against righties. So he's just a leadoff dude. But he's got 77 power, 81 power, 82 power, 80 power, 83 power, 67, 68, 53. So against lefties, Parks, 77 contact, 73 power. Rogers, 89, 79. Seager, 79, 92. 85, 94. 80, 81. 60, 69. 67, 58. 79, 47. 70, 66. So lefties might give us a little trouble. Let me look at these numbers now. Darno's 16. What is his real number? He's worn 15, 17. I'm sorry, 15, 7, 18. 16s isn't it with the Braves? Okay, that's fine. Got there. Chapman. 26, so he gets his number. Diaz, I don't care about. Haggerty is not going to wear number 0. I know he's wearing that right now with Seattle. Yeah, what the hell? Why does his secondary positions disappear? There it is. I don't know why it disappears. Okay, whatever. Beans number 3. He's actually going to play left field. All right, I had said before. Actually, I do need to save. I said before we were going to have maybe a competition with those 2 young guys for the 5th starter spot, but I think we're going to leave them in the minors for another year and try and improve their shit so they can step in and play. And that way, if I don't get Luzardo back, we'll just bring them both up. We'll have 2 rookies at the bottom of the rotation, close to 80 overall. And we'll go start with Josiah Gray. So Gray's going to slide in to replace Duffy. We already got the 4 that we had already signed and traded for. Bullpen's pretty much the same, except we have a full year of Bedard. Darno's going to come in and play catcher instead of Diaz. Cron's back for 1 more year. McMahon and Rogers continue their platoon. Seager's going to be there all year. Brought in Matt Chapman, traded off Jones, and 2 of our better prospects. Veen every day in left, Parks every day DH, Bader in center, Renfroe in right. Haggerty can help out with Veen in left field. So I think we're good. You guys even really care about seeing spring training games? I kind of find them boring in this. I really do find it boring, and actually boring in real life too. But we could just sim through and be ready to rock and roll on opening day next stream. I don't think there's anybody. I mean, unless you want to bat with Chapman. Let's do that. We'll player lock with Chapman. This will be fun.
So 2 down, and next will be the cleanup hitter, Matt Chapman. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. Pitch misses inside, 1-0. Shane Bieber, former 4th-round pick out of UC Santa Barbara. He's won a Cy Young Award, the pitching triple crown, and became the first pitcher in Cleveland history to win a Gold Glove. Not bad.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised by that last one, being the first one to win a Gold Glove with the great pitchers that they've had over time in Cleveland.
Hey, here we go.
Oh, hard grounder. Waited for a pitch over the plate, but didn't get under it.
Left for Colorado. Back here at the ballpark. Here's a big power threat, Matt Chapman.
Yeah, good swing at the first pitch.
And the righty deals.
It's in. There we go. First hit is a Rocky. I hate these spring training uniforms with no numbers on the back. No name and number. Have no idea who the fuck's out there.
And the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Hunter Renfroe at the plate. Swings and he breaks his back. To second, there's 1. To first, double play. And it goes 1-6. So the lineup flips over. Here's Josh Rojas. Next pitch is popped up.
Take it. You got it.
He's got it, and that'll end the inning. And here is Matt Chapman, 1 for 2.
Ooh.
Foul ball.
Get your pitch and drive it, kid. Here you go.
And he deals. Strike 2.
Foul ball.
Just missed. If he's able to connect on that, look out.
Come on, big guy.
There you go. It's going to be an RBI. We're going to throw him out the plate. Oh, his first RBI. All right, got 2 hits. 2 hits and a rib in his debut.
That feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch you could there for the knock. Those always feel good.
Makes the catch for the out.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
And that one
Go
is
back.
hit
Go
in.
back. Go back. Go.
McCarthy racing, makes the catch.
He won't go back. I hate the base running in this game. Fucking absolutely not user friendly.
Now a move being made for a pinch hitter. Justin Henry. Malloy. Your final here in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show.
All right, 2 for 3 with the rib and Bonehead playing the bases because I hate running in this game. That's why I don't play him Road to the Show anymore. It's dog shit. Oh. Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to play this game, but we're going to put him in a different park if it will let me. Play game. Yes. Player lock. Chapman. Yes. Oh, it's not going to let me. I was like, damn, you're going to let me pick the park? I'll pick one of my new parks, but it's not going to let me.
One down. Matt Chapman digging in.
JT again.
Pitch misses there, and it's 1-0.
Ball one, no strike.
Wind's blowing. Looks like it left to right pretty hard.
Just
that's
missed.
To a count you really don't want to give in here. You got to work the edges, really execute a pitch. Hopefully you can get back into the
Chapman was the full-time DH for the Cardinals last year. Couldn't believe they had Chapman, Rendon, and Arenado. They're paying like $70 million for 3 third basemen.
So a man aboard now with one
And I'm not shitting you because Rendon's making $30 million and he was on the bench.
Now it's Hunter Renfroe.
Hey, let's go, big fella.
Right-hander kick steals. Line drive, base hit.
Jesus, I can't do running in this game.
The second out of the inning on the force play.
I give up.
1 out, base is empty. Here's Matt Chapman. That one misses. And that's ball 1. Chapman.
These lower prospects have no control, so waiting for a good pitch to hit sometimes is a real pain in the ass.
So 2 balls and no strikes.
Well, usually a high level of confidence when you're facing
It's going to be the last game I play. I'm just going to sim out spring training after this,
ahead 2-0.
and we'll be ready to rock and roll.
Good spot.
I'm not sure if we'll play tomorrow. We may not. We may wait until Friday. I haven't decided yet.
So Siggy, 2 outs, runner at first. And here is Matt Chapman
Jammed me.
in the air, right field. No trouble here, puts it away for the out. Looks like a pinch hitter for the Rockies. Justin Henry Malloy.
Well, this was a tightly played game. Got a little of everything. Some timely hitting.
Hey, Verdugo hit a home run.
Definitely.
Zach. Oh. Zach Veen, he's out 1 to 2 months with a broken hand. Fuck. Well, it's going to get Haggerty some more playing time. I guess that means Daza is going to be playing left field with Haggerty. Oh, my God. Hey, good thing we got Chapman. man. Crone's defense is terrible. 18 speed. There's no way we're putting him in the outfield. Goodman can play left field. Who are we going to bring up for Veen? Diaz can play some left field. Question is, who's coming up? Doyle's already on the 40-man. And so is Blade. Blade's contact is terrible, though. So I guess Brenton Doyle is going to make the roster to start the season. You can always put Parks back in left. And then we just need a DH. I mean, we bring him up instead of Doyle. He could be a left-handed DH. We'll have to think about that. I just put him on the 40-man roster, too. For now, against righties, yeah, Daza. It's lefties, it's... Where the hell is he? Haggerty. So that would be Parks. So yeah, we could do that. We could do Ecker could play DH against righties. And Haggerty could DH against lefties. We could flip-flop those two guys. That's probably what we do. Okay, that's what we do. Let's check our spring stats real quick. All right. Sager 268, Crone 300 with 4 bombs, Chapman 6 home runs and 15 RBIs. Think he's going to help in the sim? McMahon, Daza hit 360, Darno 284, Parks 205 with 6 steals, Bader 192, Renfroe 175, Rogers 294, Goodman hit 306, Ledmus hit 053, Haggerty 269, Ecker 077. Veen had 5 home runs and 3 steals when he got hurt. Oh, son of a bitch. God damn it. All right, we're going to save right here. And we'll call it a day. Well, that really sucks. All right, well, stay tuned. Not sure if I'll be back tomorrow or Friday, or maybe not until over the weekend, but we'll work on it. Throw that shit away. Oh, you want to know who retired in the offseason? Lance Lynn, Jake Odorizzi, Kenta Maeda, Scherzer, Verlander, Patrick Corbin, Trevor May, Madison Bumgarner, Merrill Kelly, Yu Darvish, Elvis Andrus, Miguel Cabrera, Josh Donaldson, Corey Kluber, Evan Longoria, Carlos Santana, Justin Upton, Joey Votto, Adam Wainwright, and check this out, Alex Cobb, who got injured in the middle of last season and missed the rest of the year with a head fracture, which means I think he got hit in the head with line drive. He retired because of the injury. Guy retired because he got hit in the head with a line drive. So, thank God that didn't happen to Zach Veen, though, right? All right, boys. Let's see who we can go raid. Not doing mech up. Let's go hit up KD. Get ready. We'll go hit KD. And I will see you guys either tomorrow or Friday. So have a good one, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Sorry there wasn't a whole lot of gameplay, but it's off-season stuff. So anyway, you guys take care, and I'll see you later on.